Buying any type of home is a very exciting process, especially if it's your first home. But what happens when you move into that new home to find it's not exactly, well, what you were expecting? Today, I want to talk about some of the issues new homeowners can get overwhelmed by right after closing. And it takes the fun away of a new house. Hello, I'm Carol Bloom, a real estate relocation specialist with Move Us to Scottsdale and Keller Williams, and I'm licensed in both Arizona and California. With a new home, there's a lot of anticipation and excitement in the beginning, but once that wears off, you have to be willing to put in the time and the effort that it takes to work through those initial challenges in order to make the new house a home. As a new homeowner, you want that house to be perfect as soon as possible. But making your new house feel like a home, well, it takes time and it takes money and patience. What I see with some new buyers is once the reality kicks in, they have what I call new homeowner letdown. You go from the excitement of being a home buyer to the reality of being a home owner. And sometimes these responsibilities can be a bit overwhelming. But don't worry, I'm here to help. Here are a few things to be prepared for as you purchase your new home so you can try to avoid the disappointment of homeowner letdown. Warning! Your new house might be really dirty. And in the state of Arizona, if you're purchasing a resale house, the seller of that house is not legally required to professionally clean the house when they transfer it to you, unless you have negotiated that professional cleaning into your contract. A lot of sellers are fantastic, and they do actually have the house professionally cleaned for you, but a lot of them don't. And it will be the first thing you will want to do as a new homeowner is to clean up that house. And sometimes the extent of the cleaning can be a little stomach churning. One thing I notice more than anything is that once a seller's furniture is gone, there can be a lot of discoloration in the floors, especially with the carpet and tile grout. Now, when you're first looking at a house, pay attention to these cleanliness issues and see if you might come across issues with a dirty grout or carpet not being the same color. Once the furniture's moved, if you think you're going to have a lot of flooring issues or other general cleanliness issues on the house, you will want to adequately budget for these. Maybe even try to get professional cleaning service into the contract. You may have to repaint more than you think. In certain areas of the country, it's customary or even required for sellers to patch and paint areas of the walls that have been damaged due to screws or nails. But in Arizona, it's not required. And it's not really customary either. Why? Because homeowners try their best to patch and paint these holes and end up making more of a mess. So most of the time, the sellers will just leave the screws and the nails in the walls. And it's up to you as the new homeowner to decide, whether you want to take them out or patch them yourselves or use them. But sometimes this can lead into a much bigger painting project than you have anticipated. So what can you do about it? Well, it depends on how you feel about the color of the walls when you buy the house. If you do like the color and the paint is fairly new and it's in a finish that's easily retouchable, then hopefully the seller will have a little extra paint to make the project very easy. However, if you're already planning on painting, then you don't really have to worry about it because these holes will get patched up as you paint your interior rooms. Either way, don't worry. When you have your walkthrough and you see that there's a bunch of screws and nails left in the wall, you might even end up being really grateful that they're there if they happen to be in the same place that you want to hang your pictures. Your air conditioning will absolutely break the first month that you live in your new house. Okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit here, But I can tell you how many times an air conditioning unit has broken in just the first few months that a new home buyer has lived in it. If it isn't the air conditioning unit, it will be something else. Homes are full of things that break and need to be maintained. When things break soon after closing, buyers have a tendency to get very upset with their home inspector or the seller because they feel like they should have known about this or it should have been disclosed. If the new homeowner gets really upset, this can evoke into a very tricky legal situation, the details of which I'm not going to get into right now. In my experience, most of the things that break right after closing are just normal things that break, and they are your responsibility to fix once you've closed on that house. So how do you protect yourself? First, hire a highly recommended home inspector. I have never met a perfect home inspector because they're human, but I have met some that are better than others. I put together a free home inspection checklist. It's a comprehensive guide of what to look for and what to expect from your home inspector. I'll put the link below in the description box. Second, a home warranty is required to close on the house on both Arizona and California when you're writing up the offer to purchase. You can negotiate for the seller to pay for the first year of the home warranty. There's a lot of different home warranty companies that offer the same features, so do your research. Your neighbor might end up being terrible. If you have visions of co-hosting summer barbecues with your new best friend next door, you might want to adjust your expectations. Most neighbors still become your best friend, and they might actually be a good thing. You definitely want your neighbors to maintain their yard, and you want them to be friendly without being intrusive. And you can only hope that you have a great neighbor with all the tools that you don't have, and he or she knows how to use them. If you're moving into a big neighborhood, chances are your friends are out there. They might not be next door. My advice to you is go to the community events, go to the community pool, or just be on your driveway outside. People will come by. If you happen to get a downright unfriendly or loud neighbor, that can be a huge letdown for you. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole bunch that you can do about it except stay out of their way and report them to the proper authorities if their behavior warrants. Driving around the neighborhood prior to purchasing and talking to people that already live there could be very helpful in avoiding those bad neighbors. But you can't always rely on strangers to give you that information. It's definitely a tricky one. Finally, furnishing and decorating is a marathon, not a sprint. Making a house a home takes time, but a lot of buyers don't expect that, and they want it to feel like a home too quickly. They get frustrated with their boxes piled up in the corner, and the furniture delivery is taking too long. It can be a real letdown during the first couple of months. I totally understand the frustration, but the wait is usually worth it. And don't worry if you have some rooms that go without furniture for a while. You need time to get to know your house, and you need to figure out how you're going to live in your home. Decorate and furnish the rooms that are the most important ones and use the most when you first move in, and wait on the rest of the rooms. Try to make those decorating furnishing goals realistic, then you won't get as frustrated. Be prepared and knowledgeable and realistic when you're moving into your new home. Yes, it will be frustrating at times, and yes, it will be exhausting. Trust me, I've been in your shoes many times. But at the same time, it will be so worth it in the end. If you're thinking of selling your California house to purchase your dream home in Scottsdale, I'm a licensed realtor both in California and Arizona. Let's talk about what's the right next move for you. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button. This tells YouTube to share my videos to other people who, just like you, are looking to make a move, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video.